Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are we doing? Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. Don't forget to click on the link pinned up in the comments section if you want to see something cool. That's the website of our sponsor, Human Nutrients. How are we doing, Aaron?
Hey,
Oh,
Russ, all right, mate? You?
not bad. Right, straight in then. What did you think to boxing weekend?
Uh, Predictable, weren't it? Really? Yeah, Dubois just crumbled, didn't he? Like he normally does. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with that guy, but he's uh, he's a sandwich short of a picnic somewhere, and I think he just has an off button in his mind. When it starts to get a bit too hard for him, he pulls out. He just has an off button, and that's him done. I think he quit again on Saturday night. Went down to a contentious punch, and then he took a big shot. Don't get me wrong, but he could have beat that count if he'd have really wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, he got up at 10 and then walked by Usyk like they were like nothing had happened.
Yeah, he looked fine, didn't he? He didn't look,
He didn't
you
look
know,
like he staggered up, all right. He just got off and walked out like he'd had enough.
yeah. I think we touched on it last week when we spoke. I were convinced he'd get himself disqualified this time. I thought he's not going to quit. He's going to blow or headbutt something like that just to get himself out of there. But he did it again, didn't he? The going got tough, and Daniel Dubois got going, didn't he?
Well, I said it. I just said, "Look, is he going to quit? Yes or no?" I said he was going to quit, and he did. So I'm not buzzing over it, but you can just read it. If you've got it in him, you've got it in him. I mean, he's quitting on jabs.
Yeah. It weren't a big shot, were it? The first one that put him down. It just
Joyce's
seems to
one,
be
wasn't
like.
it? Really, Joyce ground him down like Usyk.
Yeah, and technically, he was probably up on cards against Joyce as well. So it weren't all going against him. He were actually in that fight. Whereas Saturday night, after a round or so, Usyk had completely just broken his spirit, hadn't he?
Yeah,
But he is an all-time great. I don't think that's up for debate. Top 10 for me. If he continues, great. But I think it's time for him to retire. He's done everything he can do. He's beat them all, mate. What's he going to do now? There's literally nobody left for him to beat. We don't want to see him against Parker. We don't want to see Fury free. We don't want to see AJ free. And Atum
Chisora
was just
too. They're talking, aren't they?
Jesus Christ. I mean, what is the point? What is the point? A payday and that's it. He's got enough money now. He should just retire and sail off into sunset for me. He's done everything he can. Um, you don't need to just keep dragging it out. But I suppose whatever there's money on the table, and he's I know he's funding a lot of soldiers and stuff like that in Ukraine. He's a great bloke, Usyk. So maybe that's what's keeping him going, mate. It can't be anything to do with achievements in game now because he's done it all, hasn't he? 2, 3 times over.
Yeah. What do you think to talk about Atoma next for Usyk?
Too soon. I'd love to see that fight in two years' time, maybe. But Usyk's going to be 40 then. And we don't yet know how good a tumor is, do we? If we're being honest, he looks great. He's a promising prospect, but he's very early for him. He's not done 10 rounds, has he yet?
No.
Um, he's great, but my only concern is they'll rush him. I think they just need to take their time with him, bring him through. Dillian White's a good benchmark, and then keep him around that level for a little bit longer. I don't, there's a few heavyweights on the edge of the top level that he can get in there and dust up now, and that's where they should keep him for me for at least 18 months.
Yeah, give them a good payday like White and Chisora to sell another loss on the records.
Well, I don't think Chisora will fight him, will he? By the sounds of it, he didn't want to know. We're yet to see White get in ring. I mean, how many times has he failed to turn up through one reason or another? He'll pull an injury or he'll get busted for drugs. So I believe that fight's not going to happen. I just can't see it happening. I think something will happen there, pull out or something. But we'll see.
What What do you think to Don Charles's performance? Because obviously he's been sacked now, but what do you think to his performance on the night from the house party? Whether he was something to do with that or not, or knew it were happening, to the actual towel coming in, it was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it?
Well, let's just start with the party. I mean, what the
Well,
hell is
let's
that
back up
all
to
about?
George Fox and him and Don
Yeah.
Charles saying about Usyk 2 months ago. What do you make to that? It all started
Well,
with that tone, didn't it? From there,
like we said, I literally said it last week on here, the poking the bear, and Usyk worded it differently. Their obviously their dialect or their language, but don't push the horses is what he was saying, and he just wound up Usyk to a point where he went in and he run destruct mode, really. He just went
yeah.
in and he thought, as soon as I can take you out, I'm taking you out. I'm going to teach you a lesson. We're getting cheeky. It's as simple as that. I haven't seen Usyk. I mean, he always performs well, but I haven't seen him that inspired. Probably since the AJ first fight. Where he just looked like he just want to take somebody out. When he put his foot down on gas against AJ in last round in their first fight, he was a little bit like that. It's frightening, isn't it? When he goes for it, just how good he is.
Yeah, he just changes it up, doesn't he?
It's like he's literally like a sports car going into sport mode, into it. Just push of a button when he wants. He puts his head down and away he goes. He's certainly one of the best heavyweights I've seen in my time in boxing. I think there's only Lennox Lewis during my era watching boxing that would be able to match him. I think the last 30 years or so I've been watching.
Or do you think it's going to be made the scapegoat after Don Charles? Do you think him and the dad will part?
Well, the sister's left the dad's grip, hasn't she, as such? So she's still stuck with the Migwigans, and she's kind of got a bit of a voice for herself, and she's got a bit more about her than Daniel. I feel sorry for Daniel because he's obviously on the spectrum at some kind of something's going on there. He's not a full shilling, bless him, and you know his dad really, as much as he's his protector as well. If that's right about the party and the 70 people and they've turned up, I mean, it's abusive in a way, isn't it? Because he's got Daniel to he's done everything. He's homeschooled him, pulled him out of school. They've got him to this point. He's basically the Michael Jackson of boxing, Daniel Dubois. And I see Stan or whatever he calls himself. He's changed his name about 3 times, hasn't he? I call him Joe Jackson because what I see there is just a man who's got his son and moulded him into something he wished he could have been.
Do you reckon he
And
takes
now they've
pit
got
belt to him, Aaron?
could well done, mate. Yeah, could well have done. Yeah, he certainly comes across that type of guy. Yeah, he doesn't seem a nice character. And I think now they've got the money and he's having a bit of food and he's making his money. They've got a nice house and the promised land as such now. I don't think his dad cares. He's got what he wanted. If that's right about the party, it's shocking, absolutely shocking. You can't be carrying off like that. And that's not Daniel. Apparently, Daniel Dubois wanted to leave the party because he didn't know anyone there and wanted to go for a drive. That's what Simon Jordan said yesterday.
God.
It's just crazy, mate.
We're
Isn't it?
having party then, father.
Apparently, yeah, it's up to 70 people were there. They rocked up to the event an hour and a half before, no preparation whatsoever. They just turned up and they wanted these 60 people. His dad said on the door, if you don't let them in, because obviously security were questioning who they were and why there were so many of them, why they hadn't got tickets. If you don't let them in and find them seats, he's not fighting.
Wow.
It's just mental. Yeah. And if that's on Daddy Don's watch, he's complicit as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he just happy to take a paycheck and
He's just
he
happy
don't
to get a
care?
wage and he's not on 10%.
Yeah.
He was just happy to keep taking Chisora back for money. Listen, I said what he was ages ago. He's a brass like the rest of them. But
Yeah, you nailed it.
at least Mark Tibbs said, no, this is not for me. Thank you, but no thank you. And sent Standard Bar and his son John Coffey on the way.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? He had a little trial period, didn't he? And then straight away said, no, it won't work. This is not going to work. So thank you, but no thank you.
So he wanted
Which any bloke worth the salt would do, wouldn't they?
So he wanted to leave, did he, John Coffey?
He wanted to leave this party. Apparently, I don't know what we're going off at this party.
Yeah, well, you
There
know what
were
that would have been, don't you? Because there wouldn't have been enough cornbread. He likes double helpings. So he didn't have any cornbread on the night. Usyk just absolutely pulverized him, didn't he? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, I could believe it. That was a thing, and I actually thought Daniel would give it a bit of a go early on, but as soon as that stiff jab started to land, he just had a look on his face that just said, "This is not going to work. I'm out of here as soon as I get a chance." Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel for him because he's a talented kid. He's a strong lad. He's a decent boxer. He seems a really nice lad, but it's these people around him. Yeah, and where does he go now? I mean, will he fight again? I don't think he wants to fight. I think he's been forced into this from a young age. I think.
Well, they've shielded him from media, haven't they?
Yeah, they're protecting him. Yeah, but they're not. They're protecting him in front of the media, protecting themselves. But stories like this, where it's leaked out, they quite clearly don't give a crap about him, do they? If that's what they're doing.
Bricktop looks like he's had enough of him now.
Well, he'll just move on to the next one, won't he? That's what he does. He's a mercenary. That's what these people are. But
Yeah.
where does he go from here? I mean, to be honest, once Usyk's out the picture and he retires, then Dubois could win the title again against somebody else. There's not really, there's not really much out there. And like we say, we don't know how good a Tuma's going to be. Certain fighters are not getting the chance either. So yeah, it's a long process. You look at the heavyweight division now, and you're struggling really to think where the next big one's going to come from. I know we've got a Tuma, but other than that, there's a lot of names, but there's not a lot of ability.
When you look at Bricktop's stable, he may have them all at top at rankings, but he's not got a belt, has he? Heavyweight.
No, well, we haven't got any belts in this country, have we? At the moment, have we only got one world
Nick
champion
Ball.
in Britain?
Nick Ball.
Yeah, I like Nick Ball. He's a good fighter, but
They made a right mess
he's
of it, haven't they? They sold the souls for greed. That's what they've done. Greed is why the boxing's in a mess. Ben Shalom, Eddie Hills, Bricktop, there are a lot of them. Frank Smith, all of them. Spotty Frank, Adrian Mole, all of them. They've all made a mess of it, but all filled the boots. Furies, the lot of them.
yeah.
Joshua, Conor Ben, they've all milked it. They're all about to milk it. And they've made a right pig's ear of it, haven't they?
Well, he's everywhere now, isn't he? Tyson Fury's manager. I forget his name now.
He's everywhere, but he's not breeding champions, is he?
No, but he's there, isn't he? For his free garters from ringside.
Well, they're going to put that. They're going to feed Shiraz to Canelo, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's all that is, just a feeding exercise. Take a fighter to meat market. You're not going to come
They'll
back
do.
with a belt.
They'll do the same with Nick Ball, though, mate, won't they? They'll put him in with an OU, so they'll put him in with him, and that'll be that, and that's all we seem to do now with a conveyor belt, a world title, but they're not elite level. They have to be positioned properly to get the world titles, and once they're at that level, they quickly get found out, and that's just a trend and a tradition with British fighters. I think we're not quite good enough for some reason. We've got, like Terry touched on, we've got all the infrastructure in the country to have elite level champions, but we just don't seem to do it. We don't breed them tough enough, I don't think. I think Usyk's just tougher. He's just got a better mindset, a stronger man. He's just better,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good, mate, is it?
No, yeah, we've gone quickly. Last couple of years, they've sold the souls to Saudi, and they haven't been looking over the shoulder at what's coming through. It's just been for a quick buck. You can kind of understand it with Frank because he's old, he's knocking on, and he's had a lot of time in dark under shadows of Eddie Hearn. But Eddie Hearn, he's built his business model, and then he's just flogged it, hasn't he? quick as he can.
Built it around Joshua, hasn't he?
Yeah,
And he's at a stage now where they're going to put 6'6", 18 stone Joshua in with a 14 stone 6 footer who can't even fight. Again, it's another Ngannou job. Somebody's going to get put on slab soon.
that can't. If that happens, that can't be a legitimate fight. It just can't. There must be. You cannot put that man in with Anthony Joshua and expect anything other than him taking his head clean off within 30 seconds. The minute he reaches him, it's game over. It's ridiculous, like dangerous. If Anthony Joshua hits him full on, he could be on slab, mate, 100%.
Yeah, it's not going to be good, is it, for him?
It's not only that; it's nonsense, isn't it? I mean, he's a bloody YouTuber, isn't he? You know what I mean? It's like he can't fight, like you say. He got beat by Fury's brother, who's shocking. You know, he wouldn't win an area belt, never in a million years. And you're talking about putting him in with a two-time heavyweight world champion who's 18 stone. You know, he might be on the decline in his division, but he's certainly never going to be. You could fight him in 40 years' time, and you still knock him spark out. It's ridiculous, mate. But there we are. That's how much they don't trust in Anthony Joshua at the moment. They daren't put him in with anybody, and risk that Fury fight. So they're just getting a marking time, cash grab, keep him relevant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good, is it?
It's terrible. It really is terrible. But people lap it up, don't they?
People lap it up. What body's on slab? Because that's where it's going to end up. And the best thing about it is we have the Gad saying Jake Paul's good for boxing.
Well, you know, he's a plonker anyway, isn't he? He's there again this weekend talking nonsense. He were big in Dubois up before the fight, weren't he?
Yeah, but
He's a different man.
soon as Usyk took his handkerchief out in his pocket and straightened it up, he was stuck up Usyk like a rat up a drain pipe. Did you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see
Oh,
Usyk
horrible.
take the Gad's handkerchief out of his pocket, straighten it up on that table, and then put it back? The Gad were preening like a peacock, wasn't he, after that?
He's just a terrible bloke, isn't he? You know, he's got absolutely no scruples whatsoever.
What
The
did you
only thing
think to
I'll
be? Go on, sorry.
the only thing I'll give him credit for, the Gad, is when he stood firm with big fat John Fisher. He stood firm on that one, so he got a little bit of credit for that from me. But other than that, he's just a little yes man, isn't he? He
Yeah,
likes to bend over.
I see Elmer Fudd's put a statement out saying that it's with a heavy heart, he's part of company with Mark Tibbs. He's about a week and a half too late, isn't he?
Well, you called it, didn't you? A
Yeah,
few weeks back.
yeah.
You know, as soon as it happened, it were obviously we're going to blame Mark Tibbs. This is a common mindset now. This is a modern day mindset, I believe. You know, people they look to blame other people for their own shortcomings. Just admit you weren't good enough. Did he box to instruction? We don't know, do we? I can't believe Mark Tibbs, Jimmy Tibbs, had want him to box like he did against Dave Allen. You know, prancing
Well,
about in that
Aaron,
second fight.
Aaron, did you listen to what I said when I did the video? Did you listen? I said that Mark Tibbs and his dad recommended to Team Fisher, right? You need 3 or 4 fights before you fight Rhino a second time. They
Yeah,
went, okay, we'll take it on board. Obviously, they didn't. They went for the rematch and the money. Pop, pop, bang. So there's no trainers can be blamed. I know Terry gave Mark Tibbs an hard time, but how can Mark Tibbs be blamed when he said, "You're not ready for this rematch," and they said, "We want it." So there you go. That's where we're at. What can the trainer
yeah.
do then?
It's out of his hands, isn't it?
Can't do his hands, isn't it? They've done well to get
Yeah.
to 12-0 and an area belt with Mark Tibbs and £1 million. That's what they've had hard at job. So, and they're still going strong now, but how they going to fetch him back? You could put him in with anybody in top 200 and he could get beat.
He'll fight. He'll fight someone like a Steve Robinson. You know, someone like that next.
Or Max.
Uh, sorry.
Or Max.
Well, what's happening with Max? Is he going to be fighting George Fox? We've not heard her on that one. Is that still getting bandied about?
Max, you'll have to come on Poker's Corner and explain all your George Fox stories you were telling me about a month ago, Max. Come and tell us what's happening, Max. We don't want you to be one of them guys that goes around saying you've got something fucking bubbling. You know what I mean? He sounds like Denny. He sounds like a Dennis clone. He's supposed to be doing some pundit work for Dennis in his suit and that. He sent me a video overnight. But look, it is what it is. Max wants to be a boxer. He's not had a fight in England yet because board won't give him a license. So if he fights George Fox, it's going to have to be in Jersey or Cayman Islands, isn't it, or abroad or something. But it is what it is. Boxing's full of them.
Think a good fight. Sorry, I think a good fight for Fisher might be Adrian King.
Yeah, Adrian King against Johnny Bosch.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. They're both quite raw, and I think Adrian, he's had his loss, but he's come back now, hasn't he? And why not?
What do you think to them Bosch doms that the dad's selling, them condoms, but they're called Bosch doms?
He ought to stick one on his head to stop himself eating and blow it up with his nose.
Do you think Eddie will want to put Joshua in with Dubois now?
Well, I was talking about this on weekend with somebody, and it's no easier for AJ just because Usyk's done what he's done. It's just talking about a different man here. And I still believe he'd absolutely steamroll AJ. Although it's not, it's not good for his confidence getting knocked out. But we have seen that Daniel, he will get back in and have a go. I think AJ's more damaged than Dubois, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't seen him, have we? I mean, what's happening? I know there's talk of Jake Paul, which is ridiculous, but we haven't seen him for 18 months, have we? Is it 18 months nearly? Over a year now? AJ. Pretending he's got injuries.
Yeah, he's been out a while, AJ, hasn't he? Not nearly a year, isn't it? He's been out.
It's a long time to be inactive at his age, especially coming off a loss. The last time he lost to Usyk, they got him in and they gave him 4 fights in quick succession to supposedly build him up for the Dubois fight. And look what happened. So I can always see AJ grabbing some money and then getting knocked out by Fury if it ever happens. I don't care either way, to be honest, as we've said.
Well, he's been out at ring over 10 months now.
Yeah. And then if he does fight Jake Paul, that's not even a fight, is it? So, it could be nearly 2 years before he has a proper fight again.
Well, they just want to pick money up, don't they? That's what they want to do.
Yeah. But, there's a chance Fury of fighting Ngannou again. They had a rematch clause, didn't they, for that one? And he technically got beat, I think. So could we see that one again?
Oh, Fury and Ngannou, well, they've got a rematch clause, same as Fisher and Allen have.
That looks like, to me, now Dave's not going to fight TKV, that looks like, to me, like that's more and more likely to happen, the Fisher...
I did say that, didn't I? Don't forget, when you've got a contract, Aaron, it's signed. So, and if they're saying, oh, they don't want Rhino, and Rhino's saying, I'll hurt you if you put him in with me, what happens is, change of scenery, trainer's outed, then they go with somebody else who gives them a bit of false confidence, then they go again. So that could happen, that in Sheffield, that.
Who do you think will take Johnny Bosch on now?
Well, you'd have thought it'd be Sims's or Adam Booth, somebody down south, wouldn't you?
He's been at Jamie Moore's, though, hasn't he, with Dave Allen training?
Why would you want to go over there when the guy's just battered you, technically twice? Why would you want to go over there and he's my friend? I want to be friends with him. Be my friend. Do you know what I mean? What is all that about?
Well, I can only think it's for one thing: clicks and views on their Instagram, because that's all he's bothered about.
That's all it is, man. The brassers. It's about generating money. You can't shut Dave Allen up on YouTube. He's wanting to eat off my plate instead of resting up and training. He's walking around looking like where's old Gummidge, I've heard.
Well, he reckons he's got a date, Dave. I saw of a day. He said,
Well,
something's
announce it
something.
then. Stop chatting
Yeah.
shit. Announce it. All these big dates they keep getting. He knows he's going to have to fight Fisher a third time. I had this with Dylan White when we used to be Twitter buddies on direct messages. I says, look, you're going to end up fighting Chisora again. He goes, no, I'm not. And he ended up doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And they'll have a third one as well. It's always there that. It'll be a walk up into the sunset. He'll be 48, Chisora, and White will be about 43. You watch.
Well, you can see that happening for definite. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet already. But yeah, it
Yeah, you
might be
can
their
see. Yeah,
last fights.
Joshua and Chisora will happen. It'll be master against a pupil. Do you know what I mean? They'll have Dubois and AJ on repeat or revenge. You know what I mean? How often can they keep digging that one out? But what they're not going to have is one of them, one like Caballero or Fury facing Caballero. Sorry, Fury or Joshua facing Caballero, are they?
No,
Or Parker?
Caballel is a bit of a forgotten man. He's the one I think can really do some damage. I think he'd give Usyk a better fight than Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see Parker versus Caballel. To be honest with you,
All
I
right.
think that's not a bad fight.
So all in all, then, who's the greatest of this generation in heavyweight?
But it's Usyk by quite a distance, isn't it? To be honest, it's not even close. And then I think you'd have to say Fury's number two.
Yeah, maybe Joshua. Then, yeah, they're way off him though, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Fury gave him a good fight in the first one. The second one, he a little bit too reserved. Fury didn't press on, and we got well beaten. He got well outboxed. But in the first fight, he really did take Usyk to some dark places in those mid rounds. But he does what he does. He bit down on his he kissed the cross, didn't he? And he bit down in his gum shield, and he came out and he gave him pure hell. If it weren't for the referee, he'd have stopped him. So yeah, he is head and shoulders, mate, without a doubt.
13 wins over world champions out of 24 pro fights.
It's just next level, isn't it? I know Tony Bellew's been banging his drum for a while, but that's for his own gains, obviously, to make himself look better than he is. But he's right. He's right what he says about him. He is a special champion. He's just far too good for everybody else. But at the same time, the level once he leaves the sport, the level's going to be it's going to be more of a level playing field for everybody else. So it will provide us a bit more entertainment because Usyk just dominating people. Although I like him, I think he's fantastic. It it will get boring.
Mm. Yeah, I see what you
You,
mean.
you, you struggle to build the fights up because we already know he's going to win. He's just that good.
Yeah,
There's no jeopardy in the fights, is there? Because he's just on a different level. And it's not even like these guys can go in and cause an upset. They haven't even got a puncher's chance, mate. He's one of the most ferocious punchers in division at the moment, Dubois, and he could not lay a glove on him.
you can't, Aaron. You're right, mate. Absolutely right, lad.
It's just where we're at, and until he moves out of the sport, it's going to be back to those dull days of like the Klitschko era because they're just so much further below him in terms of skill and ability. And heart as well. I mean, a lot of guys don't show the heart. Usyk said he's got everything, mate. He's got skill, ability, heart. He's just a super champion.
Yeah, he is. He is. Okie dokie. Well, thanks for coming on, Aaron. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, mate. Anytime.
I hope you're well, and we'll have you on again. All right, you take care, mate.
Cheers, Russ. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Ta-ra.
Right. Well, that were Aaron from Yorkshire. Women love him, men want to be him. That's about it, really. Don't forget to click on the link that's pinned up in the comments section. Human Nutrients. Have a look at our website. Pop, pop, bang. Peace out.